people will now begin to see the truth. I don't see a goodwill, and I want to call on Kenyans not to stop. That even if it means going to the streets, we must demand better because we pay taxes, and those taxes must be utilized correctly.
Reverend Canon Omola, you mentioned, sorry?
Yes, and that is
just
why,
briefly, yes.
Yeah, that is why in our statement we said, we told Kenyans to arise, arise and shape your own destiny. How do you arise and shape your own destiny? You arise and shape your own destiny by rejecting what we call ungenuine promises, promises that are done and they don't. Arise and shape your own destiny. Tell your parliamentarian that they should not become spanner boys. They should not be there just to be seen. They should be there to be heard to make decisions, but not to clap hands when the executive says they clap hands. When they say no, they say no. Executive says something, they stand and clap hands. What they hate, say no. So
these same Kenyans have accused the church for, quote unquote, handing over this presidency, this leadership that came through as the clean one, and yet it looked to have gone against its word. What do you have to say?
You know, that has been an issue.
Yeah.
When do you say the church? I have always come up and say, what do you mean by the church? There is the church structured and there is the church individuals. Yes. The church structured speaks through specific systems. What happens if the National Council speaks? When the provost of the All Saints Cathedral speaks, he'll speak through the Anglican systems. And nobody has told me that at one day, the Anglican sat and gave a letter and said, we are supporting so and so. Anglicans are part of the National Council of Churches of Kenya. Not at one time in our executive committee, we sat and wrote a letter and said, from today, we are supporting so and so. What we do, Kenyans, and the church is that the church is non-partisan. The church will always support, but individuals in the church structure will operate in a system. The church individuals can say whatever they want, and when they say they have a right, okay? But when I speak as NCCK, I need to have something to quote. So no, we say the church did, the church did. Yes. Yeah. First of all, it's a right.
Let me just come to the
Dr. Kanga, I really wanted to come on to Dr. Kanga to correct something, but
let me say something.
Yes.
I think it is also wrong for us actually to assume that a certain group, let me say again, the church, for example, this candidate belonged to this group, this particular group. The good thing about our country, this is a country that is governed by a secular system, and we agreed as a country that we are not a religious country.
State,
We agreed that we are a secular state. That the membership or the leadership of this country are free to belong to any religious sect they prescribe or they agree with, and that cannot be said that certain person, because he comes from this particular group, now this group have actually anointed or appointed this person to be in that leadership. Otherwise, if we go that way, we are going to be in serious problems.
Okay.